Okay, I think I have things more or less organized the way that it should be. Crossing my fingers, hoping for the best. But before I get into all that, let me start off by saying, hey guys, welcome to another live stream of Final Fantasy XIV Online Adventures Series. Last episode, we fought a Leviathan. Um, we see that Y has certain points of views that I do share, but I can also see how they can be very conflicting. Um, that and I'm trying to remember her name. Yuguri apparently is now teaching people in Limosa uh, how to be a better rogue, I believe. Um, so there's all that. That all happened yesterday, last episode. This episode, I have no idea what we're gonna get ourselves into. Like, not a clue. Um, but the best way to ever find out anything is to get into it. So, who the mail shop? Okay, I think I know how. They want to go there. Crimson is on. Kind of. Oh, Yaguri. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we found this underground, kind of covert group of pirates, and they are. This is a pirate, but they kind of go like they break the law. Most of the pirates do, but in a good way, I guess. Anyway, what we are going to do now is talk to Yuri. Wait, before I do that, I've been through this issue yesterday. There, microphone is now on top of something that would absorb shocks. So you hear probably less of that. So let's talk to Yaguri. Yeah. Through the maelstrom, Yaguri has the air of a woman bursting with gratitude. Much and more has occurred since first I behold Izoria from the galleon's deck. Suffice to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured, I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Mephilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could be so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. I almost went down there. Down there is where you can become a dancer? Wait, where am I going? Oh, yeah. It's a transmission. Do something real quick. It just occurred to me that I can do this. So I'm going to try to do this. Image. About one. So yesterday, my FC is like, yo, let's take a group picture because this event's going on. The whole, what do you guys call it? Moonfire Fair, which is interesting. And if you're playing this game and you haven't really gotten a chance to do it, it's a small little event, nothing really major. It's an obstacle course, and whenever you do the story linked up to that, then you will be able to how does one say get more gear. I suppose would be the proper term. But since it was an event and most of us were actually kind of like in it, our group was like, oh yeah, we should definitely do like a FC group picture. And I'm like, I've never done anything like that before. I'm down. So we took a lot of pictures, but this one happens to be one of my particular favorites. So yeah. As you can see, can I make that bigger? I made that bigger only for you guys for a moment, but like, yeah, that's my entire FC right there. Me and back there looking semi awkward. Askshaw, I believe is like the mother hen. Her, I'm gonna say husband. Akahe. Ren is the girl with the bunny ears for purple. Irene is the girl eating pizza to the left. I know it doesn't look all that, what's the word? What's the word for it? Can I find a better picture? Okay, if you want to see any more of these, you can head over to my Twitter and you will see pictures of that there. Can I do this real quickly without taking up any more time that should be dedicated to like the story? Sworn. Oh no. Oh, okay. I know how to kind of do that, and I'll have it kind of flicker on the bottom. I realized the reason I couldn't find it is I was trying to do one picture, and it's not one picture. It's a series of pictures. So, picture, transform, hit the screen, and then put you, yeah, right here. So this should be able to give you a better idea of. Did I mess it up? How did I mess it up? Regardless though, I'm trying to see how I messed that up because technically it shouldn't be there. But yeah, this is us, our pictures and everything else. It looks kind of cool, right? So what I might do is put that on the lower right hand corner of the screen. And then, you know, you guys can see our beach pictures there. There's something else I'm not doing right here. For to load me, I cannot think about what it is. Now it's not literally let me even resize it, so. I know what I did. Yep, I put it in the wrong place. What I wanted to do was this, but somehow it ended up in the wrong folder. So yeah, this is the pictures, and everything. But I'm still going to have the one picture of add new source. Let's see, bam. But yeah, really great group of people, especially having to deal with me. Definitely love you guys for all that you guys do, just to make sure that I feel comfortable and at home here with you guys. So yeah, totally awesome. I did it again. Totally awesome that you guys are like that, and that you guys give me that kind of. I am not liking the way Streamlabs does this. Makes this really frustrating. Enough of that, right? So let's get back to the actual adventures. But as you can see, I put the picture down there just as a good memento that, like, I do kind of have friends. I'm not completely intolerable. At least I don't think as much anyway, which is a good feeling. Very, very good feeling. Mephilia, boss, what's next on the list?
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing.
Not really, but kind of, yeah.
When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove.
Weird metaphor, but it works.
Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul.
Really?
But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibeth spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion.
The ability to be able to in a way transcend, but more or less transfer your consciousness and mind from one body to another. Immortality, in a way. But the priest died, was absorbed by the primal, right?
And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
So, whenever Thancred was possessed, could that potentially have been someone using the powers of the Echo? And if that is the case, and a primal can more or less destroy that, does that mean that in a way, Echoes fuel Leviathan, like primals, not just Leviathan, but like other primals as well? We are immune to their tempering processes, like being able to be brainwashed by them. But we can also like strengthen them. That's kind of concerning. But she's right. If they are vulnerable in their immortal state, then they can also be defeated.
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness.
Well, that's not horrible, right? Oh, I hit the button. Didn't I hit the button?
To most, it is but a fairy tale. Yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time.
In time.
For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Scions may at last be within sight.
And within us.
With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Guy in the back.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldesion.
What of them?
There are a group of people that live close to the Reverend Toll. We were going to ask for some kind of aid with the move, but communication ceased. Not like, oh, I'm not talking to you anymore. It's complete silence. And that's a concern.
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
What do you mean?
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
Okay, as weird as that is, I continuously hate the way this guy talks. Reading it is such difficulty. I'm so glad I don't have to read it, but even hearing it, I'm like, oh god. But, okay, now back to the matter at hand. Did an island disappear?
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
Hmm.
12 preserve.
The lions.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
This is what happened whenever the Domans, the people on the ship, this is the meeting to say, okay, can you all help? This guy single-handedly more or less convinced a lot of them to be like, no, we're not going to help you refugees. We got our own shit to worry about. So this is like a flashback. Right? That's weird.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Please tell me you don't end up being... I like Little Dude. Little Dude I like. I can't pronounce his name, but I like Little Dude. I hope he does not.
Revolution.
That's never a good sign. Never a freaking good sign. God damn it, Little Dude. God damn it. Oh, that was a short mission. And none of these earrings compared to what was given to me by Hinoa? I think it was one of my friends on my list. He gave me these earrings that, like, nothing compares. Nothing. And I'm like, might as well just get money the entire time. Through the maelstrom. Mephiolia's thoughts keep returning to the fate of the students of Bald, because I can't pronounce all these words all the time. Baldeson? It sounds weird when I say it. I'll try it. For you guys, I'll try. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Guy in the back will send word if there is any development. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations, which I previously attributed to good King MM the Seventh. May his soul rest forever peacefully in the ether. That the king is no more. That the king is no more. That the king is no more is a blessing. Okay, there should have been a comma there. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. I beat him. Yet all is not well in the 12th wood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless, alright, keep in mind, primals are supposed to be like gods, but the good king MM the Seventh, may his peace forever reign, was not a god. He was just a king. And they kind of wished him into being with the crystals. So it's not just gods that could become primals, or, well, it could potentially be someone that, like, you want to come back and you wish really, really hard with these crystals that they can just kind of come back and end up being a menace. Or not a menace. We've come across a couple that are not menaces. Let me put this down. Not that it changes my audio in any way, shape, or form. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Asia, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What matter of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Ul'dah this time are come to Reverend's Toll seeking asylum. We seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the 7th heaven awaiting a formal response. I see. Perhaps it was to be expected, and I shall meet them at once. Mephilia. I can't say it, like, Asilia? I guess? Asilia? You know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people, considering what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Sirius, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. I was kind of hoping to get into some trouble, but you know, meh. A hero's job is never done. He said the Great Divide, and I realized my one move is called the Rough Divide. Just making those connections, connecting those dots. Strangled-tailed refugee. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Mephilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. Well be praised, it is you. I was kind of worried this guy was going to be a jackass. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task, and we'll see it done. Pray, calm yourself. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, boss. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what got took, the calamity. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man, not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, these rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we would have to run. The only question is where. And then it came to me, Reverend's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? you should do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accept the Domin's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But with nowhere else to go, you're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Ta-ta. Nice to see you back. I haven't seen you in a while. It's Artemis. Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphonse has been wounded. Whoa. What happened? What? How? Is it serious? No, I'm right here. But I changed dad jokes. I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be according to the flames. The refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out on any and everyone. That cannot be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Boss, please. If you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the one that we got. My lady? We are not one to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not concerned what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities demand that the refugees attacked without provocation, there we go. Then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. I am so sorry that my English proper is bad. How can you be so blind? Find Alphonse, and quickly. If he's in danger or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we discussed earlier. Ul'dah and Papa will see to it. Alphonse is being treated at the hourglass. Hurry, Sirius. Well, things indeed got serious. Don't believe what they say. I know these people. They would only take up arms to defend themselves. If there was a riot, I swear to you, they didn't start it. That's weird. No, that's the Great Divide. That's what? Confessions of a Flame. Okay. That's something else, maybe? How am I doing that? No, wrong one. This one. Nice music for what's about to happen, for what's about to go down, because I have a feeling that things are not going to end up well. I got 15. Nah, I don't think that does anything for me, because I think I need at least 30. Alright, so I should be going here. I'll try to keep a low profile out here. Damn, I need to go into the bar. Why though? Oh, the hourglass? That sounds weird, because this is called the quicksand. The hourglass is something else. Or here, this is where we are. And what's the hourglass? Anyway, Yo, upon just standing, so you're good. You are good, my dude.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life.
Sounds very American.
To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence.
I don't care who you guys are. That was adorable. That was cute as hell, right there. Look at a picture of that. That entire exchange was just cute.
So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
I'm sorry, that brawl is unpractical. Like, things just slip out. Just saying.
Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers.
Damn.
While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence.
So you're saying that it is their fault within reason? Not sure I'm okay with that.
That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Alphonse wants to investigate the circumstances surrounding the riot. I bet little dude's part of this in some way, shape, or form. Not sure how, but I don't know. Call it a gut feeling. Let me turn down the volume just a little bit. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tension within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I will hear what General Ruban has to say upon the matter. I just needed to get out of there. It does sometimes get a little bit too crowded up in the quicksand. Just a little bit. So the reason I came back through here was because I believe there's a teleporter right here, and it's a little bit less crowded. Nope. Didn't want to go there. Did I not want to go there? Sometimes I thought the Hall of Flames was inside the castle structure. Don't go into the ground. Okay, that. I like this jacket. This jacket is awesome, except for the fact I don't like the midriff. Do not like the midriff at all. My character doesn't flow that way. I also get why people are wearing that because of the event. You get that. You get the event. Where am I? What am I doing? There we go. Where am I? What am I doing? Now is not a good time, Lieutenant. My hands are full dealing with the refugees, which I see none on the way over. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphonse, back on your feet already. You can credit my swift recovery to your healer. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust we managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Fanaland. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but process is slow. They are damnably elusive. There we go. I can well imagine, given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed what several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tension between Udall citizenry and refugee population had increased since the domins were turned away. But would that motivate a starving... That wasn't there before. The explosions, they just loaded. Would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the Immortal Flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning soon. Alphonse. Gotta do this ourselves, man. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the money people, is what I'm going to call them, would accuse him of attempting to shrink responsibility. After all, he and the Sultan have been the most outspoken proponents to refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may struggle upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your ability, Sirius. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlement suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your several tongue. I barely talk, sir. Meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's figure out what conspiracy is going on here. Let's talk to Swift here. You look as though you have something to say, Lieutenant, do you? What you say is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one within ties to the flames, may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well, the Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. That was actually pretty cool. Like the outfit he had. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. It's been a while since I've been to Lost Hope. Lost Hope is like a refugee campground. A lot of people who were displaced by the calamity ended up being there. Aww. Cat. You would have got mad. How dare you? I'm showing up with my fancy car. What brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well, then you come to the right place. Oh, you mean those refugees? Oh no, we don't. You wouldn't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Cause have come to accept the situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregorish fellow, if I'm pronouncing that right. Well, awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. I didn't expect them to send you, Sirius. I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugee who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I'm increasingly concerned that Zaza's suspicions were correct. Hi, Zaza. My friend's niece. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zaza. He will explain everything. It's sad this guy actually writes reports that no one reads. Like, how did it? Okay, so Zaza must be deeper inside. Zaza Waka. Ah, don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. Wait, I know your face. Are you not the man from the Church of Saint Adama? Landama? Oh, Adama Landama. Okay. 1,000 pardons, my friend. I mistook you for one of those thugs who have been tormenting us. If Leo bids you speak with me, then I take it that you agreed to help. So I'll be praised for that. Because we haven't a moment to wait. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The ones who have fallen under the fantastic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain to see to all. Look beyond yonder's tent, and you will understand why. Even now, he babbles incoherently. So traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Bloodshed. True as I might, I can make little sense of his word beyond the fact that he is not alone in surviving. Yet I have no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder to the doom. I beg of you, find him before he does. Some guy came around here, was like, oh, we gotta rise up. And for some... Well, let's find out. Terrified refugee. What do you want? Don't draw. Why didn't you run away? Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? It's okay, my dude. It's okay. Who are you? What do you want? It's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give you, we must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had bought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting. The flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... Oh, gods. The other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. The terrified refugee would have you find his brethren and convince them to lay down their arms. The other refugees are hiding in the cave south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultan and try to kill us than listen to reason. While the twins might even, I don't know, siege to do the deed themselves? Okay. A pox on all bloody sellswords. Whoa, I'm a sellsword. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent us vanished during the struggle. If only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was ridiculous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though, if we were forced to confront reality, that's it. Wait, that's it! Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Perhaps they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Okay, now you're right. I don't like pulling out my bike in the middle of, like, it seems like in real life it's rude. I guessed right, just by luck. I didn't know this was here. I just happened to see it. I can't talk to the others, can I? Nope, just this guy. 7 hells, he found us. Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. So what now? Sorry, guys. You're kind of out of your league. I should never have come here. I'm glad I can actually use some of my moves now. I just hurt them. They'll be fine. You beat them like it was nothing. Oh, almighty, what are we gonna do now? We yield, alright? We yield. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So go away and leave us be. Sorry, guys. But better that you guys kind of get, you know, roughed up by me than killed by others. At least for now. You returned. Did you find my brethren? Brethren. What are the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than get butchered by the flames. Peruda, it's okay. It's cool. It's chill. Tell me, what did the merchants have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. I still got time, right? Yeah, I still got time. The terrified refugee would have you find the shady figure who is trying to stir dissent upon his brethren. The merchants wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now, how do you know so much about this? Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. It would surely lead us to ruin. Alright, you're officially done. And like I understand it's the idea of it's a war on class. The idea of yes, refugees who needed help because of something that they had no control over. The calamity happened. It wasn't, let's say, something that was like, oh, like their actions caused it. At least I don't know. I wasn't part of the calamity. But at the same time, I don't believe that anybody who's asking for help should receive something of some kind. Genuinely good people. That's kind of far. Why don't you fly? I really don't like flying. I also don't like ants. Or bugs of any kind. You? That's right. I do vaguely remember there were settlements right outside the wall, this being one of them. Ew, little one. What's wrong? Nope. Have you seen my parents? Oh, that's kind of effing sad. Don't be Batman. That's my time. Sorry. They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Udall. The man said they were going to change everything. Make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. It reminds me of Mirror's Edge, if you ever played the game. It's a parkour game. Story very similar to that. Actually, very similar to that now I think about it. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry. I got scared. So, mister, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for someone stirring up trouble. You mean the man who lived with my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? This big guy with a sword has a couple questions for you, sir. You, mistrustful merchant. I wish there was a chase sequence. I know there's not. He's getting away. Go get him, mister. Got it, kid. Dispatch yard? Down here's a refugee camp, too. It was simply a stone toss away. I don't sleep, so, like, you know, and I got enough coin to, you know, when I do sleep, I sleep in the inn. You? You're not dispatch yard, so... Oh, there you are. Sneaky little W. Thought you could hide, huh? Not for me. You again? Why are you pursuing me? What are you doing with these people? Sedation? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-claimed refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah. Ha! We have no evidence. You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. I thought I was going to reach for my sword. I'm like, yep, that's what I'd probably do. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. Say that again. For the sake of the argument, let's say I did do something you claim. Surely you do not think I'd give a Quickly's asked about politics. It was business. Only business. Only business? What's wrong? You're talking to me. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Serious? What? What's all this commotion? Do not think the guy with the sword had anything to do with the guy in the ground with the arrow to his chest. That was not me. Nothing to do with this. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. I'm glad you guys know. By the way, nice green, nice purple eyes there. Stone touch. Let's see how much time I have left. I'm over time, but good. We're finding this guy. Who threw that arrow? We're finding him. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the evidence leading up to his death. Alright, this is what happened. This is how it went down. I had nothing to do with it. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Perhaps we owe this murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one who we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Sorry, maybe we need to have a conversation. If that arrow was shot from where you indicated, the archer must have a good eye and a better arm. And I thought your purple eye cute. They were. I'm not gonna lie, but really adorable on the wall it fell. Alright. Time to teleport. Let's go. That's some nice hair, like the black with the gold, and then the outfit is also black and gold. That whole arrangement is actually pretty cool. Ebony Blaze, I like that name. Ebony Blaze, very very distinctive of the whole color code that Ebony Blaze got going on. Swift. What news, Lieutenant? Where's the merchant? Assassinated. Murdered? I said assassinated. Damn it all to the seventh hell. He was not simply murdered, Lieutenant. He was silenced. Too many knew his face. He was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. The plot indeed thickens, ladies and gentlemen. As of for right now, though, I know I said we would find out who did it. I kind of thought it would be the very next thing, but this conspiracy is getting deeper. And I know, just a game, but sometimes art imitates reality and imitates reflex, and it's I don't know. What side would you sit on? The side of, okay, the rich got here, not because they were rich, but because they worked hard. The citizens of Ul'dah also work hard to get to where they are. While the refugees have a lot of barriers in front of them. They don't know the culture. They don't have the proper connections. Hell, even me as an adventurer, Momo D helped me to get where I'm at right now. If it wasn't for people like that, is that you guys can say that, never mind. But like, yeah, like I don't know. What do you guys think? And just leave a comment. Why not? Share your thoughts. Use that freedom of speech. Regardless, though, I gotta get going. I do have another meeting today. So, with all that being said, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Later. Where's my mouse?